Welcome to the Fantasy Backporch Hour. We are Little D, the Rainbow Warrior.
Howdy, brother.
Yeah. Sleeves, the Fantasy Alchemist, who tries to turn Fantasy Lead into Fantasy Gold, but this year, more like getting the Fantasy Copper.
I just got Wes Welker from you.
As long as I vetoed, you did.
I just got Wes Welker.
We'll see. I am Bear. This is Outlaw. Let's do it.
Well, it's time for the Week 6 Fantasy Likes and Dislikes.
Okay.
Little D, who do you like this week?
I like Jay Cutler at home against the Giants. We previously mentioned the Giants have scored -4 points total on defense over the year.
Yeah.
Jay Cutler, I just think he's going to have a field day. He's absolutely going to have a field day.
He should. Alshon Jeffrey came up strong last week.
Yeah.
He's still got Marshall.
That's an understatement.
He's still got Bennett. He's still got Forte.
The only problem with Jay Cutler is, granted, he is putting up decent points, but what could help out the Giants' defense, even though it is the Giants' defense, when the quarterback throws the ball directly to the secondary, it's hard for them not to come up with turnovers.
Unless you play for the Giants.
Yeah, exactly.
Bear, who do you like this week?
My like this week? I'm going defense. It's a Tampa Bay defense.
Wow. An
I know.
0-5 team. 0-4 team.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
They had a week off last week. They're playing Philadelphia this week.
With a new quarterback.
Well,
a
not
new
good,
quarterback.
but yeah. I still think that the Tampa defense at home, I know they have the hurry-up offense, but I don't think they will not be able to hurry it up as much with Foles as they have with Vic.
Yeah.
And Tampa, to me, even overall, they've had a pretty good year as far as their defense goes.
Yeah.
They haven't had a lot of points scored on. They've lost every game, but their first three basically came down to just stupid-ass penalties.
Yeah.
And that's what they just lost on that. The only game that they really, truly lost straight up was the
New England game.
Patriots. Yeah. The Patriots just
the other 3 games they lost by field goals.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Because
in
of
the fourth
penalties.
quarter.
At the end.
That and Ryan Lindell's their kicker.
Mm-hmm.
If Connor Barth didn't hurt himself playing hoops, they'd have Connor Barth and they'd be 3-1 right now.
That's possible.
Well, and they'd have Lawrence Tynes if he didn't get MRSA.
Yeah,
well, that's
and they could very well be 3-1. Get rid of the stupid penalties.
Yeah.
Get a kicker that can actually kick the ball accurately.
Well, they have
You're
one.
3-1.
That's Mercer. And Lawrence, brother, I hope you get well soon.
So, Outlaw, who's your like for this week?
D'Angelo Williams.
Ooh.
Granted, playing on the road in Minnesota. Minnesota has the worst run defense in the country right now.
Yeah, they do.
Don't think I really need to say much more than that.
Are we talking Vikings or Gophers?
Doesn't matter.
Not really.
Should be about on the same level, right?
Now, my fantasy like this week
Gophers
is
might be better.
Joe Flacco. Playing against Green Bay. At home. Yeah, Ray Rice back.
Good. As long as he throws his rice, I'm good.
Yeah. Green Bay on the road is not as good as Green Bay at home.
No, they're not.
No.
Baltimore at home, however, is good at home.
Yeah.
Historically.
Yeah, they tend to be.
Yeah.
I can see. I don't know if Baltimore's going to win this game, but I can see some points coming out of Flacco.
Yeah.
I can see maybe a screen pass to Ray Rice, maybe a deep one to Mr. Torrey over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Green Bay's had some really surprising losses so far.
Yeah, they have.
They're not playing their full potential.
No.
Well, maybe they are playing their full potential.
Well,
Maybe everybody just had higher expectations for them. I don't know what's going on in Green Bay, but Baltimore very well could win this game. And if that happens, look for Joe Flacco to have a big game.
Yeah. Green Bay's secondary is poor.
They
this
are.
Year. They're very poor.
And it looks like the Ravens have figured out how to run the ball again.
Yeah, unfortunately they did.
Which
last
opens
week.
up the play action and opens up the screen pass, which just helps Joe Flacco in the pretty weak wide receiving core they have.
I mean, really, if you look at Green Bay's defense, they have Clay Matthews.
Who's out?
Who's out, yeah.
He's like
it. Yeah.
I mean, name another defensive player for Green Bay.
AJ Hawk.
Yes. So those were our likes for Week 6.
Yes.
Rainbow Warrior, who's your dislikes this week?
Gotta say Deshaun Jackson.
Ooh,
Really?
it's a big name.
I agree because
I'm not starting him, but
no, I agree because of my like, but yeah.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to say. Your like is the reason Deshaun Jackson is my dislike.
Because Revis is going to be on him.
He's going to be up against Darrelle Revis in the last year.
Exactly.
When he was against Darrelle Revis, he had 2 receptions for 28 yards. Thank you for those stats.
No problem.
Sleeves.
that's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
I do my research.
Yeah.
It wasn't last year. It
You're
was the year
supposed to do
before.
your own research.
Year before, same difference.
He does.
He's new. So, Bear, who's your dislike this week?
My dislike this week
Fucking kids these days.
is the Green Bay defense.
Defenses on both ends.
Yes, I went defense like, defense dislike.
Yeah.
Well, if we're going defenses on the dislike, I can throw out defenses I dislike all day.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hey, you had the chance, but you chose not to. Green Bay's defense this week, no. I'm sorry. They're playing on the road, and like you said earlier, they don't do well on the road. We have a problem. Somebody selling something? Anyway, no, they do poorly on the road, I think.
Smart ass.
Thank you. And Flacco, he's not been what he was last year, especially in the playoffs and the Super Bowl, where he just went off. Green Bay's defense, Clay Matthews out, or AJ Hawk's there. Oh boy, still their secondary. I mean, Colin Kaepernick, who's done pretty much not much
Nothing.
this year, except the week that he played Green Bay.
Yeah. And
So-
that's one reason why I picked Flacco as well from that
Yeah,
one.
yeah, they're poor.
Okay.
So, Outlaw, who's your dislike this week?
I'm going to go with Anquan Bolden on this one.
It's a good choice.
Granted, he's put up some huge numbers,
When he's on my bench,
but
like this week.
I need to try to trade him all the time.
look at the weeks that he's put up poor numbers, and
when I'm
look at who's
starting
been covering him.
Yeah.
This week, he's going to be matched up against Patrick Peterson.
Yeah, not good for him.
I disagree with that pick. Because your bench. That's the only
If
reason.
history says anything, if I don't
Yeah.
start him, he has
will.
a big game.
Well, if the other part of history says anything, Patrick Peterson is going to own him just like he does everyone else.
Which is why I'm not starting him. Same reason why I'm not starting Deshaun Jackson either.
Yeah, Revis.
Right. Now, my dislike this week, I generally just dislike him. CJ Spiller.
Oh, yeah. No argument there. He's injured, number one.
Banged up. He's playing,
He's always
Oh,
banged
big
up.
deal.
but he's banged
He's
up.
not banged up week one. After week one, he's banged up.
Their quarterback, Thaddeus Lewis.
Who?
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
they got
Thad
Thad Lewis.
Thaddeus Lewis.
Oh,
Thad.
wait, we did some research on him the other night.
Thad.
Duke?
Yeah,
From Duke.
Thad Lewis. Thad Lewis.
No,
Thad was the guy that worked at his bar.
Yes.
Oh.
No, his whole name is
Thad Lewis.
Thaddeus. We're going with Thaddeus. He
We're
hasn't.
close to
He hasn't
that.
deserved a nickname yet.
He does for me. Thad.
Is he on your team?
Has he,
No,
he
but
started
you're
in the
saying
NFL
CJ
more
Spiller.
than
CJ
one
Spiller
game?
was on my team.
All right.
No, he started one. Did he start?
He
that
started
One game.
one.
One
He
game
started
in,
one?
When he played
in
for Cleveland.
Okay.
against the Steelers.
Yeah.
He had 21 completions for 202 yards. Not a very good average.
No. Not
He also
really.
threw the ball 34 times. Had one touchdown and one interception. Now that was against a good Pittsburgh defense.
Yeah.
But it's at the end of the year where nothing mattered anymore.
Right.
But so they got that guy playing quarterback. They're going against the Cincinnati Bengals defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
They're
no,
a good
Spiller's
defense.
no good.
No, Spiller's a sit. Now we have a special little segment part of this, and we got our sleeper picks for this week.
Ooh.
So, Little D, Rainbow Warrior.
This one's a big one. Willis McGahee.
Ooh, that is
Really?
A big one. That is a sleeper.
That's
At home against Detroit. A mediocre to less than mediocre run defense.
Yes.
Good point.
I'm looking for Willis McGahee to have a decent week.
Well,
Well,
Not a good
I
week.
can see that.
Not a bad week, a decent week.
I can see
Yeah.
that, and
Yeah.
the reason is because
Eddie
Cleveland's,
has him on his team.
Cleveland's situation at quarterback is more than abysmal right now, so they're going to be forced to develop a running game.
They're gonna have.
They're
to.
going to have to run the ball. They no longer have Trent Richardson, obviously.
No.
So Willis McGahee's going to get some touches.
Mhm.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
going to be a big part of the offense this week. And if he can't step up, then they're fucked 8 ways from Sunday.
And Cleveland in the past 5 weeks have been surprising me 5 different ways a week.
yeah.
They have.
I mean,
I know.
And who
Except,
knows?
so I say look
except when they
for
play the Dolphins.
And if he's,
We expected that.
these sleeper picks are, for if you're in a bind and you need to plug
Yeah,
somebody
exactly.
in there.
Pick
He might goal line carry.
I say Willis McGahee
so, could
solid.
make a touchdown.
Just quickly, where did McGahee go to college?
That's where he went.
Yeah.
Who's your sleeper pick this week?
Terrence Williams.
Oh, he had a big week last week.
He did, and the week before too.
Yeah.
He had I think, week before no touchdowns, but like 140 yards.
Everybody on that team had a big week last week.
Well, they're
Yeah.
bound to this
but the
week
week
too.
before he did not. I mean, he had a big week. I think he had 140, no
That's
touchdowns.
a pretty big week though.
but still, Miles Austin not playing, so he's starting. Des Bryant's going to be the guy that's going to be covered on that team.
But not really because it's Washington.
Well,
Well.
for whatever they can do,
Yeah.
they're going to put their best defensive back on Bryant.
Yeah, big deal.
Do they have
Oh, they've got to have one.
one? That's better than the other.
Well, yeah, not good, but better than the other.
Yeah. So, Outlaw, who's your sleeper pick this week?
Sean McGrath.
Okay.
That's a
And y'all got no idea who I'm talking about, do you?
I do.
I have
Tight
no
end,
clue.
Kansas City.
Hey, I bet he's the tight end to Kansas City.
You're welcome.
He's also Jeremy's little brother.
Indeed, he is the tight end in Kansas City. I don't know of any relation to Jeremy, but
Little brother.
they're playing Oakland at home,
Yeah. Really.
and he's got a nice beard.
Well, okay.
He does have a nice beard.
Works for me.
He's got a nice beard.
That's all that matters.
Fear the beard.
Exactly. Fear the beard.
Now, my sleeper pick of the week,
Yeah.
the biggest name on this list for all of us, but he's, hasn't played for a while except last week, Justin Blackman.
And he
Wow.
plays for Jackson.
He's playing for Jacksonville.
So, I mean,
He's
I think
playing-
that in itself
Now-
makes him a sleeper.
Last
but
week
there's
was
gonna
his
be
first
garbage
week
time.
back.
and
He
he's
got
playing,
a touchdown at the beginning of the game.
and he's playing Denver. Denver's going to get up by a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The second half could
Jacksonville's
be, could
gonna
be
throw
the
the ball.
Blackman half.
It could be.
No.
So those are our fantasy likes and dislikes,
Yeah.
and our sleeper picks for week
Yeah.
6.
And by the way, Matthew Berry, don't steal from us again.
Please stop that shit.
That sucks.
At least throw
I hate
props
to
up
watch
to
that
us.
stuff on Sunday
Really?
morning. Where,
Yeah, word for word.
Really, it's poor. It's just poor.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's poor. Stay frosty, my friends.